In a previous lesson, we started on the subject of stops. And today, we want to extend on that subject so we can learn which stop strategies actually work, and also why some of them are not the best for everyday trading. This video was taken from a lesson in Technical Analysis Institute Plus, where you get weekly video lessons. And you also get access to Professor Aldo Lagrutta, a certified market technician. And there you can ask him any questions you might have and get video answers every week. We also offer exclusive and deep discounts to our members on all of our products and services. If you want to participate in Plus, click the link below. There are different ways to use protective stops, and the average true range, or the ATR, stands like the most popular, and it also sounds very wise among traders. The ATR is a tool that helps you figure out how much a stock or a financial security typically moves in a day, not just in one direction but overall. It's calculated by looking at the recent history of price movements. Let's say we are looking at a stock. The ATR will measure the average difference between the high and low prices of that stock over a set number of days. This gives you a good idea of how volatile or stable the market is. Think of ATR as a thermometer for the market's volatility. A high reading means big temperature swings, and a low reading means more stable conditions. When you set your stop loss using ATR, you adjust it based on these temperature readings to ensure you're not knocked out of your trade by normal everyday price movements. Now don't worry if you're not very familiar with this, because I'm gonna walk you through every step. Now let's get to the step-by-step guide using ATR. Step number 1, calculate the ATR. First, determine the ATR value from your trading platform, which typically does this calculation for you. Say the ATR value is $1 for a stock, meaning the stock on average moves about $1 per day. Step 2, set your stop loss. To use this ATR in setting your stop loss, decide on a multiplier, commonly 2 or 3 times the ATR. The ATR is $1 and you choose a multiplier of 2, you'd set your stop loss $2 away from your entry point. If you buy a stock at $100, your stop loss would be $98. Step 3, adjust based on strategy. Your choice of multiplier might depend on your trading style. More conservative traders might use a smaller multiplier, while more aggressive traders might opt for a larger one to give their trades more room to move. I just mentioned in the example of a stock currently priced at $100 with an ATR of $1. Using a 2 times multiplier, you set your stop at $98 if you are going long. That's pretty clear. But I'm going to show you clear examples on how to use the ATR in a practical way using your TradingView platform. Remember, the ATR method aims to keep you in the trade during normal fluctuations without getting stopped out prematurely. Now let's talk about using the ATR in TradingView. So as you can see here, we have the S&P 500 as an example. So to add the ATR, we click on Indicators here. And now in the search field, we type ATR or Average True Range. So we pick Average True Range from Technicals. We don't want to pick anything from the community, of course. So now we can close this window. So now as you can see, the ATR shows up in a separate panel below the price chart. Now, as you can see, the ATR doesn't show the value, and to do so, you want to right-click on this scale, and then from Labels, you want to choose Indicators and Financials Value Labels. And as you can see, it shows you in real time the value. This value represents the average price movement of the asset over the period defined, and usually that period is 14. Now this value is what you want to use with your stop loss. Now you can decide on your ATR multiplier based on your risk tolerance. Common multipliers are 1.5, 2 times, 3 times the ATR value. If you're in a long position, subtract the ATR multiplier value from your entry price to set your stop loss using the same example I just gave you. If you bought a stock at $100 and the ATR is $1 with a 2-time multiplier, set your stop loss at $98, which is the $100 minus the $2. If you're in a short position, add the ATR multiplier value to your entry price to set your stop loss. The example I just gave you is pretty straightforward, so let me give you clear instructions on how to apply the ATR in a different market. As I mentioned before, the first thing to do is to decide how tightly or loosely you want to set your stop loss relative to the ATR value. The multiplier you choose depends on your trading style and risk tolerance. Common multipliers range from 1 time to 3 times the ATR value. Let's say you're a conservative trader and you want to use a smaller multiplier like 1. That, of course, is possible. It will result in a tighter stop loss with less risk, but while that reduces the potential loss per trade, it increases the risk of getting stopped out prematurely due to normal market fluctuations. Now, if you're more aggressive in your trading, a larger multiplier like 2 times or 3 times allows for greater fluctuations, reducing the likelihood of a premature stop, but increasing the potential loss per trade. Now, let's calculate this quickly. This is a chart of the S&P Mini trading at 5138.50. The ATR reading is at 30.43. If you're taking a long position and the market entry price is 5138.50 with an ATR of 30.43, using a 2 times multiplier, you can calculate the stop loss as follows. Stop loss equals entry price minus ATR value times multiplier. So in this case, the stop loss is 5138.50 minus the ATR value, which is 30.43, times the multiplier, which is 2, which equals 5138.50 minus 60.86. And that equals to 5077.64. Now let's say that instead of going long at 5138.50, you decide to go short. In that case, using the same 2 times multiplier, in this case, it should be stop loss equals entry price plus ATR value times multiplier. So stop loss in this case is 5138.50 plus the 60.86 of the ATR value times the multiplier. And that equals to 5199.36. Again, those examples are very straightforward, but I know many of our members are Forex traders and they want an example with the Forex market, so here it is. This is a chart of pound-dollar trading at 1.2530, and the ATR reading is 0.0044. First, we determine the ATR adjustment, which is multiplying the ATR value by your chosen multiplier. So entry price, which is 1.2530, minus ATR adjustment, which is 0.0088, that equals to 1.2442. So if you're going long on GBP USD at 1.2530 with an ATR of 0.0044 and using a 2 times multiplier, you would set your stop loss at 1.2442. You can see why so many traders choose to use the ATR as a stop loss strategy. It helps you protect your trades against normal market volatility, allowing enough room for the trades to move without being stopped out too early due to minor price fluctuations. Now let's discuss the advantages and disadvantages of this method. The advantages are flexibility, since the ATR adapts to market volatility, making it flexible across different market conditions. Simplicity, because it's straightforward to implement, as most trading platforms provide ATR data automatically. Now, the disadvantages of ATR is it's a lagging indicator because it's based on past data. It can lag, especially in fast-moving markets where yesterday's volatility may not accurately predict today's risk. And the second disadvantage is no price direction. ATR does not consider the direction of the price movements. It purely measures volatility, so it won't tell you whether the price is trending up or down, which can be a significant drawback in trend-based strategies.